Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. It's Ameerah K, and obviously by the title of this video, I know I'm late. I know this is probably the last review of this product or products, but I've been dying to get this video up for you guys. A lot has been going on. Today I'll be reviewing the Anastasia Beverly Hills latest eyeshadow palette, the Soft Glam palette, along with their deepest shade of their bronzers. This is their new bronzer that they came out with, and I got the deepest shade, like I said, in the shade Mahogany. So I'll be trying these two products out in this video. Just a quick review of this palette. It's pretty much neutrals. I like that they're promoting it as a soft glam because it does have some foil shadows and metallic shadows in there that can really dress up a basic look or a normal look that you would do, but you want a little extra something. This might be something that I might recommend in my Sephora VIB sale recommendations video. So based on this is my first impression. I haven't touched this eyeshadow palette at all, but I wanted to use it today, so that's why I'm doing the video for this. Before we get into it, really quickly, some of my subscribers have been telling me they haven't been getting my notifications when I'm uploading a video, so please double and triple check you are clicking the bell button next to the subscribe button in order to make sure that you are signing up to get notifications from my videos. YouTube is aware of the situation, and so I'm really trying my best to promote this on some different social media platforms in order for people, in case you don't get my notifications, that I'll announce it myself. So please make sure you're following me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever medium that you have or you prefer to use a lot. Definitely follow me there as well, because that's where I'll be announcing my uploads as well. So let's get right into these new Anastasia products. So really quickly, one thing I noticed when I opened this, let me just remove the foil and the brush. If you're familiar with Anastasia products, they all come with this dual-ended brush, but anyway, it's the same sort of structure, design as Modern Renaissance, the Prism palette, Subculture palette, all the same, pretty much 14 shades. These shades, what I noticed right away was that there was a black. As far as I have the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette and the Mario palette, and this is my third. Prism palette didn't really speak to me. Subculture didn't really speak to me. But of those palettes, I noticed that I've never had a black in the actual eyeshadow palettes. So I think that was a good choice. I think overall eyeshadow palette should at least have a black in there, no matter the theme of the palette. So I really do like that. But one of the other things I noticed is that not all these shades are necessarily new. I don't really have a ton of her single shadows, so I don't know if these are available in single shadows, but out of the palettes that I do have, I noticed that Tempera is in another palette that I have, Burnt Orange is in another palette that I have, and Cypress Umber is in another palette that I have. So it's 3 out of 14 shades that I already have in another palette. So that means that there is, what, 11 shades that are brand spanking new to me, which I think isn't too bad. I was a little annoyed with that when I first saw it, but these are shadows that I think really make up the palette and really make it look like a soft glam palette. It's pretty much a lot of neutrals, and then you get some golds and some rose golds and some pinkies in there, and I think that is the perfect, hopefully you see it, I think that is the perfect color combination and color theme that you will have for something called the soft glam. This is definitely shades that are up my alley. You guys know I've been a big fan of the Sephora Pro palette, and this kind of looks like a Sephora Pro palette in mini version, something that is probably a lot more friendlier to travel with. Of course, it has this velvet cover, which unfortunately I know is going to get messed up pretty soon. Even now, I just got a little something here, so that's something that really I could do without because it just makes it look dirty. But I get that this is just the theme of her eyeshadow palettes, this design and this packaging. So let's get right into it. I'm going to be taking Rustic, which is a beautiful transition shade. And I'm going to be putting this right in my crease. I know Anastasia hasn't come out with a palette since Subculture. I think it was Prism, before or after Subculture. I can't remember. The Subculture palette really got me very skeptical about the Anastasia eyeshadow palettes. There really was so many negative reviews about the formula and how it was performing that it really kind of turned me off, but I could not help myself when it came to these colors. I think these colors are so up my alley. I'm not really one for, you know, super dramatic eyeshadow looks all the time. I kind of like something a little more bare. So this is right up my alley. I think I'm going to do like a pinky look today. So, and maybe something a little glittery, who knows. So on the sides, I'm going to go in with Cypress Umber, which is the deepest brown shade. I think this can also be found in the Modern Renaissance palette. I believe so. And it's a beautiful chocolate brown. And I'm not really going to go in too far with this. I just want just a hint of it on the edge. I really want most of the lid to be like a pop of color. For the lid, I'm going to be going in with Dusty Rose first, which is a really pretty matte mauve-y type of color. And I just want to put this on first as a base, kind of. I'm going to go in with Rose Pink, which is exactly what it is, a rosy pink shade. And I'm going to put that right all over the lid. I wanted to see first before I put Fix Plus on this how it looked. And it's very soft. It's not as foily as I would have liked. But with some Fix Plus, this will definitely pop a little bit more. But this is a very soft metallic shade. It's definitely not in your face glitzy, which is, I'm guessing, why they're calling it soft glam, because it's more of a suggested look than in your face. I'm gonna go back in with Cypress Umber just to put this back on the edge just a little bit so it can have a nice gradient. I want to do like a topper on Rose Pink, and I'm not really sure. Bronze is looking very glittery gold to me, so I'm not sure if I want to do that. I kind of want to do Sultry, which is kind of like a coppery type of look right next to Rose Pink. I'm going to use my finger though, because I don't really want it to be too heavy. And it's very subtle, but it is giving it an extra little pop. So I'm now going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer. This is in the shade Mahogany. It's a powder bronzer. I swatched this and it's a little red. This was the deepest shade they had, which is a little concerning because this is probably somebody's skin color. This is not, to me, I mean, I get that bronzer is supposed to warm up the skin, but I feel like they could have went a little bit deeper. This is described on the Sephora website as a mocha. Overall, currently, this bronzer has a 4.7 out of 5-star rating on Sephora website. I'm curious to see how this this works. So I'm going to go in with just a regular angle brush that I usually would use for any powdered bronzer that I would use, and really see how this goes. I'm not optimistic about this, but we're gonna see. So I'm gonna go in really, really lightly. Okay, it's definitely warming up my skin. It's giving me kind of a contour a little bit more than just the contour I put on. This is nice for my skin tone. However, what's concerning to me is this is the deepest shade, and it's for somebody of my complexion, and I am not the deepest complexion. It just makes me feel like this needs to be extended. Only 6 colors, most of which are very, very light. I don't feel like I should be using the deepest shade of a bronzer. It just doesn't really seem like it doesn't seem like it makes sense really to be the deepest shade. And I know that I am more on the middle to light range when it comes to deeper skin tones. So I think it should be at least 5 more shades of bronzers like this. But as far as the shade itself on me, I really do like it. I like that it is giving me sort of that tanny glow, but this kind of puts me off from using it or even featuring it, because if you're deeper than me, this is not a product that I would recommend because it may not show up on you. So disappointing in the shade range, but the product itself is nice. Okay guys, so this here is the finished look, eyeshadow, bronzer, all that. So as far as the eyeshadow palette, I really do like this. You guys know that pink is not really my thing, but I'm really liking this soft look. Even though I put a pretty strong wing on it, I feel like the look is still very soft and kind of springy. I really feel like I could play around with these colors and do a lot of different looks and even some dramatic looks with these shadows. So I really do like this color family overall. It is very beautiful, and this is something I already know I'm going to be picking up a lot more throughout the summer. As far as the bronzer, I really do like the bronzer on my skin. However, this bronzer is not going to be suitable for deeper skin tones, probably not too much deeper than me. And this was the deepest shade that they had, which is mahogany. So the fact that this bronzer only goes as deep as this skin color, maybe a little deeper, is what I have a problem with. So overall, it's not as inclusive as I would like. Basically, I think it should be at least 5 more shades of this bronzer in order to really sort of delve into deeper shades that want to warm up their skin just like lighter skin tones do. But the actual bronzer itself I do like. I just wish it was more extensive. So as far as these products, I hope this review and this first impression gave you a little bit more insight into these products and put things in perspective as far as you deciding if you want to purchase them or not. Between the two, I would definitely say obviously Soft Glam is more left more of an impression on me than the bronzer. I feel like bronzers are kind of a dime a dozen, and I do have some other bronzers that I really like. The only reason why this is kind of turning me off is because I don't feel like with a clear conscience I can promote this to my channel knowing that women of deeper skin tones probably wouldn't be able to use this. So that's the only thing that's giving me pause about this. But as far as Soft Glam, this is so universal. This is probably, if you don't have modern renaissance, I don't know where you are, but if any eyeshadow that you get from Anastasia Beverly Hills, this would be the palette I would definitely recommend. So I've instantly fallen in love with this. I love the shades. I love the finishes. It is very, very soft, even the metallics. So that's something you want to think about when you pick this up. However, they do sort of lift and get more vibrant, obviously, when you use some Fix Plus or water. So that's just something you want to think about. Don't get deterred when you first swatch it if it's not as bright as you thought, because it's supposed to be soft glam. So I just wanted to put that out there. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other products you would like me to review, any new products, any old products, please let me know. I love to get feedback as far as my channel and my content. Obviously I want to make videos that you care about watching, so if you have any suggestions, don't be shy, leave them down below. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out. Check out my previous upload, which should be on the screen by now. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you in my next one. Bye.